Hello, everyone. Welcome to SuppTalk Radio, the Sunday afternoon edition. I am so excited today. As most of my guests, we met on Instagram. We have a lot of commonality. And for the first time, I'm actually speaking to somebody in Greenland. Make sure you fasten your seatbelt. Allow me to introduce Heine Kaas, coming straight from Greenland. Heine, it's a pleasure to finally have you live. I feel like we probably spend 2 hours a day on Instagram talking with each other.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy because our history goes further back than you even know, I think. Because
Okay.
I remember it's like 10 years ago. I found you on a webpage called Stack 3D, one of your
Yeah,
good
okay.
friends by now. And the reason I got to go on that page was because in Denmark they have this PD control, and I was pretty proud saying I don't do any PD, so you can test me.
Mhm.
But I got busted because I used the Stack 3D. No, sorry, Jack
Oh,
3D.
Jack. Yep.
Yeah, the old one. So that busted me, and so that made me like, oh, I need to look into what I'm putting into my body because I was only getting stuff from bodybuilding.com back then, and then I found your page and I started following back then. So it's been a while. It's been I've been a fan for a long time now.
Well, I
So
appreciate that. I had no idea because I know you and I have been speaking maybe the last year or so, really.
yeah, I hide in the shadows. I'm a stalker.
So let's, as I always like to start off. Tell me about your upbringing as a teenager. Were you an athlete? Kind of what got you into the realm of bodybuilding and fitness and health?
Yeah, so I grew up in Denmark, and we didn't have much fitness back then. We had like a soccer, and that was pretty much it. And so I did go to soccer, and I sucked at it. But my dad is a army guy, so he taught me MMA and all the fighting combat, and got me into a little training back then. Normally like bicep curls and all the standard things. So then I kind of I played a little badminton and stuff like that, but
Okay.
it was way later. I turned into a big geek. I played
Okay.
music and I played a lot of computer games. Way
Were you,
too
you an
much
average
actually.
sized kid? Were you bigger, smaller growing up?
Uh, I was a big kid. I was
Okay.
not fat, but I was strong in my age back then, natural strong.
Okay.
So it came pretty easy for me to lift heavy stuff, but I didn't think about it. I was just, oh, this is normal. So yeah, I think I was like 25 when I was in a bad motorcycle accident, and
Yes.
that kind of I ended up in a wheelchair and had to fight my back out of that chair and everything. So I started with running, and then one day running just got so boring, so boring. So a friend of mine took me to the gym and said, "Let's do this every day." And I came every day, and he never came again. So I guess I got stuck, and he never showed his ass in the gym again.
Heine, if
And
I could stop
then,
you for a moment
oh yeah,
here. The
yeah,
accident that you had, you were in a wheelchair. Was it spinal, broken legs? What kept you there?
it's
What got you there?
it was my back and my knees. Mostly my knees was smashed like really bad.
Okay.
And you know the doctors is I think they're not allowed to say um, positive things like don't worry, you'll be back at running and stuff. So they kind of said, oh, you're probably never gonna walk again. So
Oh,
I'm a
jeez.
very stubborn guy. So I had to prove to them I'll walk again. And it didn't take that long to get out of the wheelchair, to be honest. Of course, I had to use crutches.
Mhm.
Um, and then I started walking. Then I started, oh, and then of course they said, oh, well, you can walk, but your knees can never outstand the heavy load on running.
Okay.
So I started running. And yeah, then they kind of said, well, yeah, you can run, but you can't squat.
Oh,
So I started
jeez.
squatting. So Um, so don't tell me you can't do it because I'll probably try and do it. But it ended up pretty well.
Did you have
I don't feel
replacements?
it.
Were your knees
No, no,
replaced or no?
no. I was pretty lucky, and to be honest, when I look at the scars, I think I'm the only one that can see the operation scars. They did a really good job on me.
Good.
Um, I do have some scars over my stomach and stuff, but uh, when I look at the contest pictures, it's like they saw me over in two and then cut me together again. So it looks like I got legs from another guy and put onto my tiny body.
Okay.
Um, but I think it's only me seeing it, to be honest, and people that knows that the scars are there.
Yes.
Um, so, but it took hard on me because, to be honest, back then I was a musician. All I wanted to do was play piano, and I
Okay.
did that. I've been playing since I was 4 years old. So, um, and I never got back to it because even though my hands works fine, they're not the same, not the fine mechanic part
Okay.
of. I can play for fun and relaxing and stuff like that, but I could never be like a professional musician anymore.
Okay.
Um, but I do play still for fun and to
You're
impress girls.
you're playing beautifully for your dog today on your
Yeah,
Instagram.
thank you. Well, yeah, she likes it. She falls asleep when I start playing. Until the cat gets jealous and jumps up and push her down. So it's a fight with the little kids.
So
Yeah.
you make your way into the gym. So it's is it more was it more really a rehab that started, or did you just kind of jump in full throttle in the gym?
Well, to be honest, wanted to look sexy naked,
Love
and
the
I didn't
honesty.
do that at all. I had really bulked up like heavy. Um, I think we can call that a dirty bulk, a really
Okay.
dirty bulk. Yeah. I was so big in the end that my scale couldn't measure me, so I couldn't even tell you, even if I wanted to, how heavy I got. Um, but I believe my scale back then, telling you in kilograms now, sorry, so you
Or
have
that's
to
okay.
translate. I think my scale went to 145 kilos, maybe 150 kilos.
So about
So
310, 315, maybe in regular
yeah,
pounds. Okay.
yeah, but with a body fat of 40%.
But now,
No,
were you blinded thinking you looked good in the mirror? I mean, did you think you looked good in the mirror
um,
at the big bulk?
I didn't care anymore. I lost
Okay.
passion. I lost the self-respect, to be honest. But one day I just got totally turned around. I walked right home, took everything in a big bag from all the dirty food I had in the desk and everything, all the candy and everything, just threw it away. And
Okay.
then everything started from scratch. It was a long road. It took some time to get a six pack, to be honest, but um, it's all worth it. And that's really why I'm here. Is I hope to motivate people to kind of like maybe not get to be a bodybuilder, but at least uh, get to the gym, do
Yes.
something with your life. So it's never too late either to take a yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So you throw away all the bad food,
Yeah.
okay, and you start fresh. Do you have a coach? Are you just looking online what's healthy in magazines, or what's making you
I
start to think what's right, what's wrong now?
I went to business school with a guy who was in bodybuilding back then,
Okay.
and he took me under his wing to or wings, so to speak, to kind of teach me how to not so much bodybuild, but get a healthy life and do cardio. And I remember one of the first pictures I sent to him. Sent him a picture of me doing CrossFit, the cross trainer, sorry, cross
Okay.
trainer, for 5 hours in straight. Uh, and he kind of called me up and started yelling at me, saying, "This is stupid. Don't do 5 hours cardio in a row." I was like, "No, I, was, I thought it was a challenge."
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I still do stupid cardio. every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm addicted to cardio, I think. Um, but after that, for some, I think I had trained for like 2 years maybe. Then I started taking education myself. So I took a nutrition and training education as well, and got a master degree in from IBFF
Okay.
coaching. Yeah. So um, just because I wanted to know more about the body and how to train correctly and everything. Even though every day you find something else you could do and something you could do better. So that's the
Yep.
fun part. That's the fun thing about training, really, and food.
But the nutrition, so I have a degree in nutrition also, nutrition exercise science. But I've learned a lot of the nutrition classes are for the average person. They're
Yeah.
not truly for the athlete, for the bodybuilder. The nutrition courses you took, did they help you for more of a bodybuilder or athlete, or again was it more of the food pyramid, more for the average person?
Well, I started out with I don't know if you know the PN nutrition. Um,
Sure.
so that yeah, so that's I got that one, and that's more for the basic learn to eat healthy and stuff. And
Okay.
then I don't know if you know it, but IBFF have a course as well, education as
Mhm.
well for nutrition. So I took that after that to
Okay.
know more about the bodybuilding nutrition. So that learns you learn a lot for more correctly food. But after that, I got coaches like Dave Palumbo,
Oh yeah.
um and he learned me a lot about. He loves his keto diet, so
Yes.
he taught me about that. And I stayed for him pretty much until he got sick for some years.
Now, what
Then I
years was
went.
this, Hannah?
I think that's back to like 2014,
Okay.
15, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, so I stayed with him for like 5 years or so. Then I did a jump to JP in UK.
Okay.
Um, but then Corona came, and
Mhm.
I had to do home gym, and I don't think he really understands that you can't do the same in a home gym as he had a giant gym and he just went out, so he didn't understand why I couldn't go full out and stuff. So
Yep.
yeah, so we kind of yeah
When you
uh,
f when you
did that.
first started training to lose weight, did you say, "I wanna compete," or is it really just, "I wanna get lean again"?
No, no, I never had the idea to get lean. That was later in my life. I think around 2014, I
Okay.
met this girl, and she said, "Why don't you hook up with this guy, and he'll get you on stage." Um, that was pretty much the guy that got me in the leanest shape I ever been.
Okay.
He he's a Danish coach called Per Larsen, and he did a good job, a hard job, but he got me down to like 72 kilos or something like that.
Wow,
So
okay.
I was really tiny, but you could see all the muscle fibers in the body. It was like insane. Um, but I really never did like the look back then. You kind of needed that look to win the Danish championship because they love that skinny look, not
Okay.
the what I call American bodybuilding look, the round, full muscles.
Yep.
They wanted more like shredded to the bone.
How tall are you?
Look, I'm 175. I'm
Okay,
a
I got
tiny guy.
I'll plug it in, but you keep the now I'm not good with the
Oh,
centimeters, but okay, go ahead.
okay. It's tiny. I'm not tall. So, um, but yeah, I kind of lost it now. Uh, But
So
competed in the Danish championship back in 2013, 14,
okay.
and I got hooked on that. Uh, I had never planned on getting on stage. I didn't think it was for me, and
Okay.
I knew nothing about bodybuilding. Not I didn't. I mean, I knew Arnold Schwarzenegger and people like that, and the really famous ones. But other than that, I had no idea. what I was getting into.
Okay.
Um,
Was there
but
a coach to help you with posing or music, or were you just
well,
looking at
yeah,
videos?
Per Larsen, the Danish coach, helped me with the posing,
Okay.
and the music was really basic back then, and the posing was, I would say, you use more time on posing back then, back in the
Yes.
2013 than compared to now.
Agreed.
Um, I remember spending at least 1 hour a day to just get my free routine
Mhm.
adjusted correctly. Now you see people that don't even practice it and just walk into the stage and doing the muscle and then go out again. So it's
Y
it's a bit shame.
yeah, and I think a lot of that is due to it being a lost art
Yeah,
where, they just go out, they do the mandatories, and sometimes they do this to get everybody excited, but there's no fluency, there's nothing like the Vince Taylors or the Sean Rays anymore, or at least not as much.
yeah. I remember studying Lee Rabrada like crazy because
Yes.
he was an artist like crazy, and I wish I could ever be smooth as he is, but yeah, I'm not a dancer. I'm really I need to be more flexible. Maybe I should do like Arnold. He went to that ballet
Him and Franco
dancer.
Columbu.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe I should try that out.
Was there a physique that you tried to model after?
Um, yeah. Sylvester Stallone.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to be Rambo.
But he's misleading, though. Many people don't realize he's like 5'6" and completely shredded at 145, 150 maybe.
Yeah, but I never wanted to be like. That's a funny thing, and I think that's a benefit for me now. Is I never really wanted to be big, big.
Mhm.
Um, it comes more natural for me because I'm a very good eater. I
Okay.
guess that's back from when I was fat. So so I don't have that stop sign saying stop eating now. I can just keep going if I wanted to.
Okay.
And especially when I look at other podcasts now, I see people complain about, oh, it's so hard to eat, um, and when you get older, it's even harder. And I'm like, I'm old. I
You're
still,
not old.
I
You're
still,
mid-40s. You're not old. Low
I feel
40s.
old. I feel old. Oh, I'm getting into the end of 40s. But yeah, but yeah.
So
Um,
so you
sorry.
start competing, and were you doing 1 a year? How many shows have you done over the years?
Oh, too many, too many. I did at some point. I did like 2 or 3 shows a year,
Okay.
um, and then I did France in 2020, and
Okay.
then I said I won that one, so I'm gonna retire now. I can retire when I'm winning.
Okay.
Um, but I never got the pro card because I won the class, but I never won the overall. So I
Mhm.
was like, oh, that's still it sucks. So yeah, I'm not good at being retired, I guess. So I'm back into the game. I'm going I'm going after that pro card now.
So now you competing in I can't remember because it seems like so long ago you competed. Are you competing in open or masters or both?
I did the last one I did was it's master only.
Okay.
So I was feeling young for once. Well, normal age. Um, but it was in Italy. I did the NPC Masters there. The France one was a
Okay.
normal open one. But it was really big guys. I guess even though we're getting old, there's still some really big guys out there.
Yes.
So that's good to see. But it was quite funny because Dennis James was at the show and he came over to me and said, "Well, you got this. You're the only one in shape, and the other ones are
Really?
slacking." Yeah, so I was pretty proud.
Okay.
And they did have like a belly sticking out, but they're still outsizing me. Um, but what I lost in was my posing. I got so rusty in posing. I should have practiced more, but
Okay.
I got hit about 6 weeks out of the contest. I got hit really bad by Corona.
That's
Um,
right.
so I had to, I thought I was dying, to be honest. I was killing like crazy. But I still managed to keep my training going and everything. But in the end, I had 5 hours cardio a day just to uh,
Jeez.
keep it running. My everything stopped. I was just not losing any weight or anything. It was just
Okay.
stuck. So the last 3 weeks, it's suddenly like it came back and
Yeah.
everything started. Boom. So I could cut down the cardio again and
Okay.
yeah. So I guess the smart coach in me would say take time off, relax. But it's
Nope.
never easy when it's yourself, right? You know this.
Yeah.
If it's one of your clients, you would be like, you go home, lie down, take some days off the gym.
Yep.
When it's yourself, you go like, I'm gonna push this to the end. Um, but yeah, I felt like I was dying in the end there. I must admit. Um,
Tell me when you're in prep mode, what are your meals like? Are you a high carb, low protein? Because I know you mentioned keto with Dave Palumbo, but are you still following that during prep?
I did this time because I was going from Greenland to Italy, and to people that don't know, that's in the Arctic part of the world. So it's a long flight. So I calculated like 6 days flying with hotels breaks. Uh,
Okay.
so I needed something that was easy in the peak week, um, just in case I got stuck in a snowstorm or anything in the airport. I needed something I could always bring with me and have
Yep.
in my suitcase. So I went full keto again. Palumbo keto, that's more like high protein, medium fat, and zero carbs.
Mhm.
Um, just because it was more easy for me to be when flying.
Okay.
Um, it's not like a religion for me at all, but it works. It's easy to when you're in a tight spot like this. Um, and I still managed to get in decent shape with it. And I did the full prep in keto mode just so my body was used
Sure.
to the food. Yeah.
And how long is your
Uh,
preps generally?
and normally 16 weeks.
Okay.
Um, uh, but to be honest, I live really square all year round, so it's no really no drift, and
Yep.
I only go up and down in food, uh, cardio and training pretty much the same all year round and everything. So
Okay.
um, yeah,
So it sounds like, and maybe I'm wrong, but because that's always the big thing with prep, there's people that believe in higher cardio and keep the food same. And then you have the opposite side where people say keep cardio lower and just manipulate the food. And it sounds like you're
yeah,
more of a higher cardio guy and maybe don't play with the food too much, if I understand.
yeah, true. Once you clean up the food, because I'm like everybody else. I snack here and there. Mostly, I'm addicted to peanut butter.
Of
Maybe I
course,
should go
right?
into I should go into some AAA or something for peanut butter addiction. I'm not sure if it's up there. I have to Google that. But once I've removed the peanut butter from the house, it pretty much then it means it's prep mode.
Okay.
Um, so it goes smoothly that way. I would say that the cardio might get more intense though, because what I do now is more like keep my heartbeat around 120, 130. Just I like to keep the body running all year round.
Sure.
Just especially when you're getting to be a bigger guy, it's um, I don't want to be like you can't tie your shoes and have to go to the gym in flip flops. We talked about this.
No, please don't get me started.
Uh, yeah, well, I still see it even here in Greenland. I'm like, why do you bring flip flops to the gym? Don't do that. Don't do it. But
So Heidi, let me
yeah,
let me ask, if you eliminate the peanut butter, where are you getting your fats from? Nuts or oils, or where do you get your fats from then?
It's mostly peanut butter.
Oh, okay.
Then the problem here is the food in Greenland can be really restricted at times.
Okay.
So we get our food by boats, and
Mm.
if something happens to the boat, you might be stuck without the chicken for a week or two.
Oh, wow.
So it's I guess it's hard to imagine when you're used to just going to the store and you have everything.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm very jealous of you guys that just go like, "Oh, this is the supermarket and you have everything." Um, and um, we are pretty lucky with the options, but it's really restricted at times, especially stuff like protein powder and creatine and simple what we normally think that this is standard stuff you can get in pretty much every store now.
But is
Um,
is the overall population of Greenland healthier though? Because it sounds like you have less crap.
I might get into trouble now, so
Okay, I won't
uh,
put you in a spot.
sorry, Greenlandic people. um, there's some really good athletes up here, I have to say. There's some really great strongmen, and they are strong like hell. And there's a lot of people going to the gym. What they struggle about, the normal public people, is the food.
Okay.
I don't think they have much education in what is a carb source, what is a protein source, and what is a
Mm,
fat source.
okay.
So there is a lot of overweight people up here, right? And um, but I think it's like that all over the world, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
By now, so it's not different from anything else. I know they're fighting a lot with diabetes and stuff up here.
Okay.
Last I heard, it's the country with most diabetes percentage of the
Oh,
country or something
interesting.
like that. Yeah. So we're not used to having like sugar-free, like Pepsi Max. We can't buy that up here.
Okay.
We do have cola zero, but people prefer normal cola and stuff. So they're used to a lot of sugar
Okay.
in the food and what they're drinking, and a lot of cakes. They have
Okay.
there is a Greenlandic saying, it's called kaffemik, and it
Okay.
means, basically it means a lot of cake, and they do that
Okay.
on birthdays and stuff, and it's really fun. It's a great tradition. It brings people together. It's a nice thing, uh, but it's also a little unhealthy when you have three or four of those in one day. Sometimes if there's a lot of birthdays and stuff. So yeah.
Now let's just say the protein sources that are coming in, the chicken or the beef and the steak, is it healthier or is it same like I don't know if you could tell if like in the US it's very hormones and additives where one of my podcast partner, Vinny Galanti, for my other show, he competed in Romania and he said, Sean, the chicken in Romania, you can taste a big difference. There's no hormones, it doesn't taste rubbery. So I don't know if it's the same maybe in Greenland with some of the
But
insourcing.
yeah, we're getting all the chicken and stuff like that from Denmark, and they are really restricted on what they're allowed to feed the chickens.
Okay.
Um, and you can get like grass fed, or whatever you call the chickens
Yes,
like
yes.
that. But and the problem is mostly you put a lot of water into the chicken breast, so it looks like a big turkey when you get it. But
Okay.
there's no dangerous. There's no hormone in it. It just makes it bigger, I guess.
Okay.
But other than that, it's more tasty than the ones you're probably getting.
Okay.
And and when it comes to meat, I am living in a hunting society, and you have like the reindeers and the free birds and stuff like that you can buy here. And that's
Okay.
really tasty food. It's you don't get it more healthy than that.
It's a good thing I don't have kids listening to this because they'd hear you saying you're eating reindeers.
Oh yeah, sorry, we didn't shoot Santa this year. Don't worry about that.
So something you mentioned to me in our Instagram chats is and we discussed it momentarily ago, that there's a lot of uh, power athletes and strength, the strongmen and whatnot, but not a lot of bodybuilders. And why is that?
Um, I think it's the food, to be honest.
Okay,
I'm currently the only registered competing athlete in Greenland, so I can brag about I'm the best bodybuilder in Greenland.
that just blows my
Um,
mind. I know you. I think you
it's
shared
crazy.
Greenland has 55,000 population. I think is what you sent
Yeah,
me. It's
yeah,
small, but still, you would think there'd be more people in your shoes.
yeah. But it looks like the new generation though is and they are getting motivated by seeing me, I guess. So I can be proud of that.
Okay.
So I have a lot of really young kids following me on Instagram now, and they're good. They're getting into really good shape. There's a really good new generation coming up. So I do hope I can motivate them to get into the sport, and I can
Okay.
already see a few guys that can do really good in bodybuilding. They have some genes up here that makes them damn strong. They are
The
naturally.
Nordic genes or something.
Yeah, something that like that. Um, so they can lift like really heavy stuff already as
Okay.
teens.
So do you have a website where these teens can buy posters and put them on the walls like we used to do back in the day?
No, I saw that's getting popular again. Maybe I don't know if you saw was it to the Arnold or something where you can buy Seabum and Sam's picture
Yeah.
now. So maybe we should start doing that.
Yeah, well, we had a chat with some other friends. 50 if Sam's getting $50, so I'll share this openly, I don't care.
Yeah,
I like Sam. I don't know him personally, but I think he's doing a
yeah,
great job with his brand. But again, $50 is a lot. And maybe I've chatted with a few people today where the 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 athletes that built our generation, the Lee Priests, the Ronnie Colemans, the Kevin Lavronis, and before that, this new generation does not know anything about them. And it's all about the Instagram, who has the followers, who's hot for today. But again, I'm not knocking Sam for anybody listening to this.
no,
Good
no.
for him, but $50 is ridiculous.
We used to cry about it in the old days as well when we had to go to like Phil Reed and pay um,
Mhm.
maybe $20 or something like that to get a picture of him, and that was not even with him. It was just
Just
a
a
signed
sign.
poster. Yeah,
Yeah.
and but I was just in Dubai, by the way, to the muscle show,
Yep.
and maybe I should send them some bills for taking the pictures with me. I got a lot of pictures taken. I was like, maybe there's a money return I can get into that.
So there's a story. I don't know if it's myth or not, but Lou Ferrigno, obviously, you know Lou Ferrigno.
Mm.
Okay. So when he would go to Comic Cons and these different seminars and stuff, if someone would take a picture from a distance when he's sitting at the table, he would leave the table and go after them and make them delete the picture or pay him $10.
Yeah, I heard that same story.
Yeah.
Um, And I don't know if it's a myth, but it might be true, to be honest.
Yeah.
They earned a lot of money on those pictures back then, though. As I heard stories about the smuggling money back from FIBO and stuff in Germany with bags
Uh,
full of money.
Dennis James, I think. We'll say that out loud. I think Dennis James has said that on his podcast
Yeah, exactly,
openly.
exactly. Yeah, and I know Cutler did it as well back in the old days. So
Yes.
he made Matt carry some of the money, so they didn't. Uh, so um, maybe that was not public news. So maybe he's gonna kick my ass next time I see him now.
So, Heine, if I remember, you just relocated within the last year or two to Greenland, correct? For work?
Yeah, 2 years. I went up here to be a cyber investigator,
Okay.
cybercrime investigator, and um, yeah. So I'm still getting used to the country. The country itself is really beautiful. It's
Okay.
the people here is so nice. It's a wonderful country. Um, the problem is more like getting around in the world.
Mhm.
When you used to just jump in on a plane and fly into anywhere you want to, now I'm like every time I want to fly, I need to go back to Denmark and then from Denmark to another country again. So it's a lot
Okay.
of flying every time, sadly, and costly.
So
Um,
without compromising your job, is it cybersecurity for the world, or is it cybersecurity just in Greenland? Or and if you can't answer, that's okay.
no, no, I can roughly answer that one.
Okay.
It's a bit of both, to be honest.
Okay.
Some for the world and some from, but mostly from Greenland itself,
Okay. Okay.
and Denmark, of course. Um, but we getting uh, upgraded all the time and moved around in
Mhm.
departments. So we just got news that Monday we'll know something new about our department. So I'm excited
Okay.
to see where I'm gonna end up this time.
So did you know
Um,
anything about Greenland, or did you just say, "Yes, I'll go," discuss
yeah,
money, and get over the plane?
I basically what happened is I got out of a divorce in Denmark,
Okay.
and something needed to happen in my life, and I wanted to do something good. So I
Mhm.
came up here to help with the cybercrime.
Okay.
I was an engineer at Apple, so I was not doing bad
Oh, interesting. Okay.
in that department. But I wanted to try something new, and I wanted to see how is it to live outside of Denmark, because Denmark is really well protected. In,
Mhm.
like if you get health insurance, it's free. You get pretty much everything paid. If and if you end up breaking something, you get paid as well. So in my mind, I wanted to see like let's try living in another country and maybe
Mhm.
from Greenland go to another country, because if I like to stay out of Denmark, maybe next step will be something more exotic. Who knows?
Okay.
Or maybe I'm gonna stay here. We'll see in the future.
So far
So
so good, no complaints.
no complaints so far. Only when I fall in the snow and almost break a leg or something, then I complain and bitch a little.
Because I love the cybersecurity is very popular here in the US, and my son is in high school, and that's something that he's looking at. So I'd love for him to continue the process to for cybersecurity or something in that sector, because I know it's very popular, and it's a great thing to be in.
Yeah, it is, and it's evolving all the time, and you need to study all the time. So it's of course you need to be like a you want to keep on learning all the time
Yes.
and never stop learning. Um, I just finished one more master. I have a master in hacking as well, and
Wow.
I just finished my what is called a CISP as well. It's kind of at the same level as a master. So
Okay.
you keep you have to keep your head
Yes.
spinning as well. So
So how many degrees
it's a
do you have?
uh, I have I have three master degrees. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, two with hacking and one with fitness. So and
Okay.
then of course I have certifications and all sort of nerdy stuff over the years. I've been doing this crap for way too many years since I got my IT education in '95.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
oh, yeah, that was when the computer screen was almost black and white or yellow,
Yes.
and yeah, it
Oh
was
my
good
wow.
times. Yeah, good times.
Dating ourselves. I remember the first computer I had was a Commodore 64. I don't know if they had those
Oh,
internationally.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's German, so it's
Oh, I didn't know that.
but
Okay.
oh
I had a
yeah,
cassette deck, not a floppy drive. I had a cassette deck at first.
yeah, yeah.
Then I
And you had
graduated to
to when you get a private. Of course, you didn't do that, but I heard people when they got a copy of a game, they had to adjust the head on the tape. Yeah, I don't
yes.
know if you. Yeah, so yeah, people don't know what we're talking about now. When the Commodore tape, is that the same
Is
as a CD?
isn't it amazing though that you and I are in that generation where I think we've seen the biggest change in technology so far?
Yeah, it's
You know, like
crazy.
like where I read a story the other day that our generation is the last one that had dial up. Our generation did not have cell phones, and there was a few other things also.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know if you remember this, but I think it was back in 96 or something, 97 or something. Bill Gates came out and said, in the future, nobody will have a dial-up and everybody can browse the internet on directly from the computer. And
Mhm.
everybody laughed at him saying, that's insane, stop talking nonsense and stuff like that. They even trashed him so hard. And
Yep.
yeah, look, look where we are now. Talking to each other from the side of each part of the world, right? So
Yes, yes. And
it's
also, are
crazy.
you familiar with the cartoon, The Jetsons?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
They say back in the '60s, they were forecasting because they did video chats like this. They had telehealth. They had robotic, vacuums and robots, and everything's coming to fruition now 40, 50 years later.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then sometimes if you see old movies like Star Trek and stuff like that, the stuff
Yep.
they're doing in there is suddenly something you can do in real life. Like I remember when they fired the first laser, that was like,
Mhm.
wow, that's
Yeah.
sci-fi in real life. Yeah.
Yes.
But then you know you're getting old, right? When you remember stuff like this. And have
Yeah,
you ever
like
seen have you seen the TV shows where they give kids like a tape or a Walkman and stuff like that, and they
yes.
have to figure out how to use it? It's quite funny to.
There's a video that I share all the time that they give the kids a phone that's got
Oh
the
yeah,
rotary
the
on it.
older yeah, yeah. But to be honest, that was a pain to use because I had trouble using that crap in the old days as well. It's like our phone numbers were so long.
Oh, yeah. So, Heide, what does this year look like for you? Have you already looked at the competing schedule? I mean, are you kind of off season, just enjoying your good self, or what's the next couple of months for this year?
The plan is still I'm going back to Italy. Um,
Okay.
I need to find some help with my posing. I'm getting too rusty on that, and
Hmm.
that's one of the problems by living up here in Greenland is there's nobody that can come and look at me. So I need to find somebody who are willing to do it over video or recordings or something like that.
Yeah,
And
and you need to be in
yeah,
person for that. I don't even think you can do that video. You need somebody to.
no,
I mean, I think you need somebody to touch you and kind of move you.
exactly. That would be much better, but I'm kind of limited now. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe somebody listening to this podcast has going like, I can do that. I can help that. Write me up.
You know who's really
um,
good? That he doesn't expose it a lot. Robic. Robic helps people a lot. He just doesn't like to brag about it.
yeah, yeah, I know he's shy about that. So I was thinking
Yes.
about starting to begging him, and the problem is
If you
what.
go ahead.
Sorry. No, the problem also being by being your own coach is you push yourself too hard sometimes, and
Mhm.
that's always been my problem. Is maybe it would be good to have like Robert's eyes on me and say, "Go home now, take a break,
Yeah.
or take a cheat meal or something like that, whatever." Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute, because I know you signed on with Apollon. You're kind of working whatever the relationship is. I know you're a big Apollon fan like I am.
Yeah, but basically, I'm still like a really big fan, and we don't have much plans now. I hope we get more to the. I guess the problem is still I'm stuck up here. I really want to be out there meeting and greeting people. That's where I'm really good at and shine
Mhm.
through because I really suck at making those Instagram posts.
Hey,
I'm not too pretty for that. I need to.
oh, stop.
No, no. Did you see the new sign up? The Russian girl we got now. I
Yes,
think
yes,
she should do it.
beautiful.
Yeah, she can do it better than me.
Well, she's a female. She's ahead of both of us by far.
Oh yeah, true, true. Maybe I can hire some girl to do my post for me.
So I
Um,
have to do a plug for Apollon, though, obviously, for both of us. What are you currently using? What do you like?
well, I use over the top as my go-to on the heavy days, like back and leg
Okay.
days mostly. Mostly because it's a bit pricey.
Okay.
And on other days, I use the chainsaw, and then I put the creatine and
Mm,
carbs in it.
okay.
So that's my normal go-to. And then for the pre-work, I was a quick order, so I did the Rubik Special Edition.
Mediocre.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm waiting on the mailman to bring it to me. Other than that, I've been the high stim guy.
Okay.
Um, I blame my mother, to be honest, because she's a heavy drinker of coffee, like crazy,
Okay.
and she don't drink water. So when she was carrying me in her belly, she didn't drink water or anything. She was a heavy smoker with a cup of
Okay.
coffee every 10 minutes or something like that. So it's like I can drink coffee and go directly to bed, and it has no
Yeah.
effect on me. So yeah, I did 2 months without stims just to like clean out the system.
Hmm.
It didn't work. I'm right back at the heavy stims. Yeah.
You
Um,
should you should like the F mediocre. I'm doing half a scoop. I'm not a high stim person. I'm loving it
oh,
so far. I've done it twice so far and I love it.
oh, that sounds great. It's stuck in customs, so I hope it gets
Okay.
here soon. Um, Not because it's a problem with the Danish customs. I think
Of course.
they blame every time there's no label on the package. It's the
Mm,
fourth time they do this. So
okay.
poor Carolina has to write to them and say, no, here it is, and then it moves on. So yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
What is your training style like? I don't know if you have a difference off season, on season. I mean, what is
No,
your training style like?
it's the old school. We used to call it bro split, but the new famous word is pro split.
Okay.
I guess right now I had a talk with Jay Cutler
Oh,
when I was in Denmark, and he said I'm just as bad as you now because we don't do breaks. He trains 7 days a week, and I kind of end up doing the same.
yep.
It's just my arm day is a rest day.
Okay.
Um, but what I would normally do is like 6 days a week, and split it up like one day for each body part, like a back day,
Okay.
like two leg days, and just normal like that. GP love his pull push legs. I did that for 2 years,
Okay.
but it just gets boring for me. It's not. I
Yeah.
mean, the gym has to be fun. I'm too old to be like, yeah, I'm going for Mr. Olympia or something like that. So why not just make it fun and make it like I want to go back? And I really love like, oh, tomorrow is chest day. I can already feel the pain in the chest and the palm
Love it.
and everything. Yeah, when it's like, oh, I have to train my shoulders and I have to train my chest and triceps. It's like that's too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to
Are you,
isolate it a bit more.
are you a high rep, low rep? What are your general
Yeah,
rep ranges?
I'm a high rep. Um, I think in my younger days, I was more like go all out heavy rep.
Hmm.
Um, but as I get older, I'm more like a high rep guy. I still lift heavy.
Okay.
I just lift heavy many times.
But is that to compensate because of maybe aches and pains, or you just being smarter now, realizing I can't bench press 405 anymore?
Yeah, I'm being lucky. I have no pain, especially from all the
Okay.
accidents and stuff. The only pain I have right now is from a fall I did last year in my elbow.
Jeez.
Um, but other than that, I don't have any pain. So I'm blessed with that. So I'm just trying to be smarter. I still do stupid stuff like I competed in Greenland Strongest
I remember
one year
saying that.
ago. Yeah,
Okay.
so I can still lift decent heavy, but I can't keep up with the young kids anymore. It's they lift heavy now. So
Now, were you a smaller guy in that competition?
yeah, yeah, especially in height. The
Okay.
problem was when we came to the backs. I don't know if you've seen the strongman guys, but
Oh, sure.
uh, um, they have there's like normally a contest where you have to grab a bag and either run with it or put it
Mhm.
up your head and stuff. And my arms couldn't even get around that damn thing. And it was a 140 kilos stupid bag, and I was like, "Oh, I
Wow.
hate this." But it was really fun, and to be honest, I never practiced with the bag. I'm yeah, that was stupid of me. I even yeah, no, there's no excuse. I was just being lazy. I could have walked to another gym that had bags. My
Mhm.
gym don't have bags, but I could have walked to another gym and trained with the bags there. So yeah, I just thought the bags is the easy part. The deadlift and stuff like that, I have to do that good. Um,
So it's off your bucket list. You've done it and said, "Okay, no more for
yeah,
you."
well, yeah, unless oh, yeah, never say never. I do crazy stuff now and then.
Right.
Maybe I'll return. But
So now
we have, sorry,
no, go ahead, please.
we have some really strong upcoming strongmans in Greenland now, so they'll be winning for the next few years
Okay.
for sure. They are really good at it.
So Heine, somebody was so on the side, which you don't see, I have people asking questions sometimes. I have someone asking, do you use any type of peptides? I don't know if you're familiar with what peptides are for joints and pains and things like that. I know you say you really don't have any pains, but
No, no, it's not even NPP or anything fun stuff like that.
okay.
So no peptides or anything. But a lot of standard stuff like fish oil and a healthy diet, really.
Yes.
Um, People have to remember I'm getting close to 47, so I have to keep the engine running smoothly. So, and the good thing, I guess, about Greenland is we don't have any McDonald's, we don't have
Oh, wow.
Kentucky Chicken, Burger King, or anything like that. We don't have chains like that. So
Okay.
Um, so there's a few people that would die up here. Uh, I'm
Lee
sure.
Lee Priestwood, no Kentucky Fried
Yeah,
Chicken, no
exactly.
McDonald's. Lee
I
Priestwood, you're
was
terrible.
going. I was going to say his name and say we would die up here, but um, um, maybe he can go out and get some seal. He will probably love that. Yeah, it doesn't taste good.
So how many shows do you want to do this year? Are you thinking that far?
Well, I would love to do a few, but right now I'm only heading for the Italy, especially since Um, it's a far trip.
And when is
Um,
that?
it's in November, so it's a
Oh, no. Oh, you
long.
have plenty of time then. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I plan on building. I want to keep it pretty lean,
Okay.
so maybe gain 2-3 kilos muscle mass. It's not really the muscle mass I need. It's more like the feedback from the judges was that it was the posing. I was for like 20
Mhm.
minutes, I was standing in the middle of the show having fun. Thought I got this shit. I'm winning.
Yeah.
And then the last few seconds, he just said my number and said two steps to the side, and I was like,
Oh,
oh crap, the walk of shame, to the side. Yeah.
did you see
Um,
the Dennis James podcast with Paul Dillette?
don't think I saw that one.
Okay. So, did you know who Paul Dillette is? He was a very
Yeah,
competitive in the
yeah, yeah,
90s.
yeah.
They told a story where in one of Paul's competitions, he didn't practice posing either. He got so winded, he walked off during the prejudging, and the judges were saying, "You gotta come back. We're not done yet. You gotta come back." And he was just really, like, winded, could not do his poses.
Yeah, that was kind of funny when we were standing in the line as well, because I could hear all the other guys being like gasping, and
Yes.
I guess all my cardio came to a win there because I was like, this is just warm up. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yep.
So the cardio helped me, but the pushing just sucked. From the front it was okay. From the back it sucked. I need to show my back much better. It's one of my weaknesses. Is everything from the back, to be honest. So
Right.
if I don't show the back correctly, I'm already losing. So
Mhm.
um, I guess that's from the old days where you didn't see your back at all. It was just the boring
Yep.
stuff, right?
So, Heine, as we wind down here, I'm going to throw 3 random questions at you. So just think of the first thing that comes to mind. Okay. Top three
Naked girls.
bodybuilders. Top 3 bodybuilders. Any generation, any era.
Yeah. People are gonna hate me for this one. Number one right now is Regan Grimes.
Wow.
I really love his physique and his where his head is, and he seems like a chill guy. Um,
Yes.
but I like his physique, and of course Samson.
Yes.
He's going to blow out minds, and I wouldn't be a Poland guy if I didn't see Lee. He's
Okay.
his physique as well. Those tricep and bicep and his body, he was crazy. And I think I'm about the same size, so it's in height. So not in size, but in height. So
As
yeah,
crazy as he is, one of the nicest guys. I had personal time
yeah.
with him at the seminar. Just one of the nicest guys.
Just don't bend over in a naked in a dark room with him, and you'll be fine.
What's your favorite cheat food?
Oh God, a really good cheat food. Um, it's been so long. I don't get much stuff up here. Um, for some reason, I love nuggets. So I
Okay.
tend to eat a lot of nuggets. Um,
Like specific McDonald's or just chicken nuggets in general?
no, because I can't get McDonald's, so I haven't had that for a very long time, like maybe 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
So I normally just buy it from a bag and make it
Okay.
my home in the home. Um, I would say I got a pizza the other day, and that was quite nice. I hadn't had a pizza for over a year, so I'm not
Hopefully
a
fresh,
big.
not frozen.
No, no, it was fresh. We
Okay.
do have pizzeria. I think every country in the world has a pizzeria these
Okay.
days.
Okay.
Um, but I don't get much cheap food, to be honest. I'm living a kind of boring life.
That's okay.
Um, but yeah, right now I could use a good old McDonald Big Mac, to be honest.
Okay.
Uh, Colombo used to send me to McDonald's 2 times a week, and I was like puking. I even wrote to him and complained and said, I can't do it, mate. I can't do it anymore. And he said, just keep grinding.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
yeah. So,
And last question, what's your favorite movie?
um, Star Wars. Not a specific version. I just love the universe. Um, any Star Wars movie or any sci-fi movie, really.
Okay.
So,
You have to admit the first 3,
it's
which
the
is really
best, of
4, 5,
course.
and 6. Okay, just wanna make sure we're aligned here.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the best out of all of them.
Yeah, it is. But I couldn't say, well, maybe the first one is the best because that was the one you saw when you were a really little kid, right?
I don't know if you saw here.
Uh,
I randomly
oh,
wear it.
nice, nice. I didn't even notice that one. Maybe that's why it was in my backhead. And no, the first one is might be the best one, but those three is a winner. And the new series was quite good as well with the
Yes.
um, from Disney. Um, but yeah, I'm a sci-fi geek.
It
Any,
break it breaks my heart, though, that there's nobody left from the original generation,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
okay. Do you watching
yeah,
The Mandalorian or Boba Fett? Any of those on Disney?
yeah, yeah. Of course, yeah.
Okay.
I like
Alright.
those ones as well. And I just turned off my Disney because I was like, I'm gonna end the subscription until they make something new for me.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm waiting for
And
the
there's
new
the there's
season.
the there's the new one, and I'm terrible with the Clone Wars, where it's a show, though, an actual live action show with the girl that has, like, the
Yeah,
horns.
yeah, yeah. I saw that one. What's it called? I forgot
It's
the
from the
name.
Clone Wars, but I forget what her name
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
just
quite
I
good.
just I
I
watched some
liked
of it, I
it.
haven't watched it fully yet.
I liked it because it brings back the saber fighting and light saber and stuff like that. So, and the force powers and stuff like that. So I
Yes.
kind of miss that in like Boba. and mandarin and stuff like that.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, I like the
My friend,
magic.
it's truly been a pleasure. Is there anything that maybe we haven't discussed that you want to let anybody else know about you as we wind down?
Well, if people have questions, they're free to ask me anything on Instagram.
And what is that Instagram?
It's a Heine underscore NP,
Excellent.
HEINE. Oh, they can see it here on the screen as well.
You,
Um,
you've been very mild during the show because I know you're a little bit kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? A little more
Dirty Mind.
comedical, dirty mind,
Yeah,
maybe more comedical in your
I'm, I'm,
Instagram posts.
I'm trying to behave. I was thinking maybe I should be the second Lee Priest, but I was like, I don't have that dirty stories. Like he always wins. If I start to talk dirty, he has a better story anyway. So, um, but yeah, I have a dark humor, so to
That's
see,
okay. We all
say.
do. We all do.
Um, but no, people should come here and see Greenland, and they should try it. And next time people complain about, oh, it's hard to walk to the gym, they should try and go in the 30 minus degrees in a snowstorm to the gym. Um, see how they complain about the drive to the gym next time.
Yes, definitely. That's actually Greenland is on the bucket list for my wife and I. I don't know how soon or when it's going to be, but if you're still there, definitely connect.
I got a room for you. I got a room for, if you get into a fight, I have a room for both of you, for each of you. So, uh,
You gonna split me and my wife up?
well, if you get into a fight, it's a long trip, so stuff happens. Just don't do it on a diet. It's not worth it.
I'll just take
Um,
triple my sleep aids here and just sleep the whole travel over there.
oh yeah, it's true. We can go poke some polar bears.
Poke them or hug them. Are they white or brown ones?
It's wide, and if you see it, run it. Don't try and hug it.
Oh man. Well, my friend,
it's
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 go ahead.
it's been a really pleasure. Oh, I was just going to say that it's kind of one of the sad story. You can see the polar bears being slimmed down.
Oh,
They're
okay.
not as fat as well anymore. That's why they're coming into the bigger cities now. They're they're hungry, so that's why they're looking for food.
Is it
So
just because of is are they building? Are they building and taking away the forests and whatnot, or why is that?
I think it's just human nature. We clean out the whatever they're eating, the fish and
Okay.
everything. So
Okay.
they move around. Um, that's how I see it anyway, because I see pictures of the polar bears like 20 years ago, and they were really big, fat dudes.
Yeah.
And now when you see it, it's like they are not so fat anymore. Um,
Well, maybe they're being self-conscious. They want to look better.
Maybe, yeah, they might be on the diet and going for that like, female bear and like, whoa, look at me. True.
Oh man. But and it's truly been a pleasure, my friend. I'm so glad we had to do this. And again, let's do this more often. As I say, the podcast door is always open for you.
Yeah, and maybe next time we should bring in people so they can ask me questions or you questions because you've been in this industry for even longer, man. So
Wow.
we
I'm
should bring on Robik and we can tease him together.
well, I told him you were coming on today. He was excited. He said, he'll try to watch it, if not on the replay.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good. Um, but yeah, people look me up. Um, I can brag about I still have hair, even in my age in this sport.
And again, you could say you're connecting with Greenland's only bodybuilder.
The best one.
Best one, true. Soon to be pro, hopefully this year.
Oh, yeah, that's a thorn in the side that I didn't get that. So
Would you?
that's
So
right.
the last question: Would you get your pro card? Would you compete as a pro, or just that's it?
No, I'm not. I'm not a good at quitting.
Okay,
I,
good.
I, but I'm good at getting my ass kicked. So I know that I would never win anything with it, but I will still go. And I promise you to go to New York. So that's a good excuse.
That's true. New York pro.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yes, yes.
Somebody has to lose. So why not?
That's it. So if you're not winning, you're losing. That's all it is.
Yeah, I make the other ones look better. That's a win in itself.
So, my friend, it's truly been an honor. Again, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll connect numerous times later, numerous times this week. Um, but
Probably.
again, it's an honor. I'm so glad we're able to do this today.
Same to you, sir. And it only took 14 years or so, but let's not wait so long time next time.
Definitely. And everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you thought about the episode. And again, reach out to our friend here with any questions. Super open, super honest, and just an overall good guy. Thanks so much and have a great week.